But yeah, I haven't seen everything to do with the warrior jars. But I've really enjoyed all of the Try Not to Cries so far. They're all really, really, really well done. This I don't know. I don't know how many other ones I'm missing, but I don't know. We'll see. You missed most of the jar stuff because it wasn't implemented at the time. Oh, really? New Game Plus is gonna be wild, eh? There's a lot of stuff that I gotta do. What I have to do in this, I have to at least fight Millennia. Or Melania, however you pronounce it. And I'll eventually get around to a New Game Plus, but damn. I don't know what kind of ending I'm gonna go for though. I guess we'll have to see. I'll see how I feel in the moment. But yeah, damn. I guess if they didn't implement it later. But yeah, Alexander. Yeah. In this playthrough. Oh yeah, no, I did already burn down the tree. All I have to do, technically, is go and kill the Elden Beast. But I haven't been able to beat him yet. I was going through too much of a rough time in my life then for me to focus on it. The whole having to say goodbye to Odin was too hard on me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'll get back to it at some point. It's just I am going to have to run around and do a bunch of other stuff so I can get back into the flow of the gameplay. Otherwise, just jumping straight into the final boss after not playing for a year, it's just punishment. That's more punishment than I deserve, I think. Anything. Yeah, I don't know about that, Bridges. I don't know. Oh man, Sean. I mean, hey, if you want to watch more than 100 hours of it, you know, surely you must have done at least half of the 185 bosses. You probably not. Probably not. But I've definitely killed a decent amount. Excuse me, a decent amount of them. You hanging out of my lap, Bing? Alright, anyways. The Warrior Within. I don't know much about this. Apparently, it wasn't implemented when I was playing. I played, like, day one. Such a good game. Such a good game. Either way, let us go.
The jars are kindly folk, brought to life by human flesh and blood, which can be stored safely within. We can't be sure why they were created. However, the Erd tree is imprinted upon their wax seals, and there are empty jars at the bases of many minor Erd trees. Perhaps they once transported bodies here for burial?
Is it too loud?
At any rate, their purpose has long been lost since the shattering.
Rude!
And now they live in fear, for there are those who would pay a high price for the shard of a living jar.
Oh. Okay, that's a good show.
One's choice of armor says a lot about them.
Does it?
Maybe it's the armor of a nameless vagabond, or the armor of one to whom family is everything.
Yeah, D.
For Dialos, this armor was passed down to him, and many expectations came with it.
That's a fancy set.
Hello. You must be new here. Well, just call me Dialos. The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me. Nolania.
Oops.
It's me, Dialos. Answer me, would you?
What a sight. I would live there.
Hello, friend. Tell me if you know, would you? The whereabouts of the hidden house of those despicable fiends. The recusants who hunt their fellow tarnished. They laid hands upon my servant Lanya, and I refused to let the insult stand. The tale of House Hoslo is told in blood. I, Dialos, swear to deliver the message.
Oh, man.
Lanya was a tarnished servant of House Hoslo, and a companion of Dialos since childhood. So, she might have known better than anyone that Dialos was all talk and no action.
Oh. That's why you got me. I'm only action. Never spoken in my life.
The recusants are tarnished, who have turned their backs on grace and the Erd Tree. Such blasphemy leads them to hunt fellow tarnished,
Wait.
to foil the
Wait, was this the same thing from the volcanic manor? If I'm remembering correctly? Rykard, yeah. I thought so. Okay, I remember this. Yeah, I killed them. Like, yeah, let's see where this goes. Let's go do some awful shit. I'm just made of heresy. I'm just absolutely made of heresy. I just a heretic through and through. For everyone. I'm everyone's enemy.
efforts of those guided by grace. This recusant's name is Henricus, a night killer who would have crushed Dialos, but he makes the mistake of invading you.
Oh, loser. Yeah, he certainly fucking does.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you gotta
Help
like bash him out,
I'm
right?
stuck. Hello? Hello?
Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this? My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with
I love this
something
guy.
nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally.
does
There's
look
no need to
scared.
fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say. Ouch! A little more gently. Ah! Well played,
Oh,
good
I'm just
sir.
so nasty
Well
though,
played.
Bridges. When I get good at PvP, I'm mean.
Aye, thank you. Once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander.
Yeah, I love
Iron Fist Alexander, in fact. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education
Are
in
ya?
the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Kaled wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
This place is cool.
You came. How delightful. Indeed, I thought I might find you here. By the by, do you know for whom this festival is being held? Well,
Oh,
it is
Leonard.
none other than General Radahn himself. To think, I could face a great champion of the Shattering, a demigod in the flesh. Oh, gosh. In truth, I quiver at the thought. Such is his frightful repute. But the fear simply assures me the ordeal is worth undertaking. Be sure to get a good vantage, my friend. I, Iron Fist Alexander, do hereby vow to unflinchingly brave this ordeal.
Look. Although he does help. This fight was fun. I loved Radahn. Oh god, he
General
did fuck me up
Radahn
though.
is cursed ever to wander, eaten from the inside by Melania's scarlet rot.
Oh, Leonard.
but his great rune burns to resist the encroachment of the rot.
Oh yeah, he's
And
all
while he is
depressed
long since
after.
met,
I forgot about that.
He was once the strongest of the
no.
demigods, and perhaps the greatest warrior of all.
Oh, are you serious, Sean? Fuck. Next playthrough. Next playthrough. Damn it. Oh no, Alexander.
But in the end, you are the host to this warrior's death. And those beside you are simply summoned to share in your glory.
Yep. He still fought valiantly. Better off.
Hello there. It was a battle marvelously fought. You are well and truly a champion, friend. I, on the other hand, am nothing but a crock. One hit was all it took to crack me, and for my insides to come spilling out. After that, I hid like a coward. And as such, I can hardly stand to face one such as you. The bodies found here are exceedingly fine. Who could expect any less from the very warriors who fought in the Shattering? The greatest of all wars. All right, lads. I'm going to take you on a little journey. You'll all be inside me. From now on, we're all in it together.
Thus our warriors passed from jar to jar, carrying dreams of greatness.
That's interesting.
Ah,
Love
you
that
again,
armor.
is it?
Oh my god.
The recusants sent a lackey. Can you believe they invited me to join them? Now, after what they did? I can scarcely believe it myself. Did they think me a fool? You might be surprised to learn I took them up on the offer. Then I only had to ask. The location of the recusant hideout. It's on Mount Gelmir, found off the old road that leads west from the town of Windmills. That's where they hide. The manor on the peak. Just you wait, wretched recusants. You'll rue the day you insulted my name by laying hands on Lanya. The tale of House Hoslo is told in blood, after all.
Cool.
Dialos had an older brother, a stern, self-possessed man named Juno, who inherited the Hoslo legacy instead of Dialos.
Holy shit.
True to the words of his
The
house,
helmet.
Juno Hoslo walked many roads drenched in blood, yet never had the ego to consider himself a champion. But the casual manner of his achievements made him seem out of reach, and so the younger aspired to be like the older,
Did I fight him?
yearning for the day that he would tell the tale of House Hoslo
He looks
in
so
blood,
familiar.
knowing full well that it would break his brother's heart.
Help me! I'm stuck! Hello!
Oh my god.
My thanks in advance. I know you're the man for the job. You know
I'm gonna
what to
crack
do.
you open.
Ah! Ouch! Now, what if I could somehow be made slippery or some such? Ah!
I mean, that'll do it.
Dearie me, I'm oilier than a toad. My thanks. Yes, indeed. I too have a home, though it is one to which I have vowed not to return. So, I thought I might look out
Lovely.
from atop the cliff. But as I drew closer and closer, pow, wouldn't you know it, I was perfectly stuck in that blasted hole.
This place is so
I
awesome.
can feel the warriors inside admonishing me for my mawkishness.
And so we learn that just over the cliff is Jarburg, a hidden little village where the Jars can live in peace.
Yeah, I've been here.
Hello, Cuz. What are you doing here?
Oh, it's such a
I
cool
didn't think
place.
anyone knew about this place. Except us Jars. Ah. Are you going to be the new potentate? Show me your hands. It's just a little test, Cuz. To see if you've got the right stuff. Your skin isn't so smooth, is it? You
Neither's
need
yours.
slick, slidey hands to be potentate, you know? I'm sorry, cuz. But I don't think you've got what it takes. What a shame.
A potentate is a leader of the jars, who, in this case it seems, is judged worthy by the quality of their hands. Hands grow rough and calloused by war, but most living jars are kindly, and would not value such a ruler. Better, instead, to have a potentate who can take care of them, though this jar ban secretly has the insides of a warrior, so he desires a protector to look up to.
Do you know what a poacher is, cuz? They hunt us. Smash us. And then take us away. This village is kept secret. So, I think we're safe here. But you should be careful if you ever meet one of them, cuz.
Kill them all.
I hope Uncle Alexander
them.
beats them all up first.
Living jar shards are in high demand. In fact, their shards are a crafting material used by the most depraved perfumers who grow desperate to craft their potions and explosives.
Yeah, the
As
perfumers
such,
are cool,
the
though.
perfumers must never be allowed to find their way to Jarburg.
Yeah, kill
Have
them all,
you
though.
met Uncle Alexander? He used to live here with us, but then he left to be a champion. One day, I'll be just like Uncle Alexander. I miss him, though. I asked to go with him, but he said,
Oh, mountain of fire! Bake me in your flames!
Ah, good sir. What business might you have in such a place as this? It's hardly more than lukewarm here. I won't be able to temper my body such that it'll never crack again. Perhaps I'll head eastward. There's an old saying I've caught wind of. Above the lofty clouds, the icy giant's
why he
peak
helps.
doth soar. Here lieth the flame of ruin, which ever burning roars. Your
that makes so much sense.
timing, though, is impeccable as ever. I've been making just the thing for you on my journey here. Take it. I'm sure it'll suit you to a T.
Eventually, you find your way to the Volcano Manor, home of the recusants.
I am Tanith, the proprietress of this house. An honor to have you. So, tarnished. Have you ever harbored doubts about the burden of grace and the dogmatic ramblings of the Fingers? If you have, why not join the Volcano Manor and fight with us, rise with us, against the Erd Tree?
Tanith
funny.
calls for champions to join her cause, and she speaks well to the ambitions of the Tarnished. Such validation was impossible for Dialos to resist.
Well, nice to see you again. So you've been invited as well, I see. Then we're comrades in arms henceforth. You watch my back, and I'll watch yours. Yes?
His armor's so cool.
I can tell. You're wondering about Lanya. Well, you see, after much internal debate, I've come to realize revenge is not the answer. According to Lady Tanith, I've got the stuff of champions.
Simp.
And champions, ironic as it is, are oft forced to walk a tainted path. It hit me like a bolt from the blue, that my former thoughts were simple naivety. Of course my heart weeps for Lanya. That
You saw teddies for the first time and everything changed.
unfortunate incident was a cruel twist of fate indeed. But succumbing to the pain and sadness caused won't make me a champion, will it? Lanya knows this, I'm certain. Fate has laid hard roads for us both, but such is true of any road trod by champions. I always resented these hands, their pale complexion, a far cry from any warriors, the shame of House Hoslow, but that won't be the case for long. They'll be darkened by grit once I've set out on the path of champions. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood, after all.
Did you read the letter left for you? That is the task the Volcano Manor desires you enact. You will be compensated once the deed is done. Good luck.
Crazy.
If you are loath to hunt your own kin, so be it. But you must leave this house at once. This is a war against the Erd Tree.
Yeah.
We have no place for the meek, nor the luxury of keeping clean hands.
And so, we come face to face with Juno Hoslow.
Yeah, I thought so. I could have sworn, because I remember that helmet and I remember his weapon. I remember this fight. He was actually kind of tough, to be honest. Yeah, I thought so. I knew it. I knew it. We did kill him.
Then we're comrades in arms henceforth. You watch my back, and I'll watch yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice hit.
When Juno Hoslow received an invitation to the Volcano Manor, he discreetly refused. As head of House Hoslow, his hands had been bloodied enough already.
What's the matter? Having trouble nabbing your prey? Do you remember your vow to Tanith? To rise against the Erd Tree? Dare I say your heart was never in it to begin with? You and Dialos both.
Shade.
Well, aren't you full of beans? No wonder you're covered in muck. Oh, my friend, it's been far too long. I have to say you caught me at a rather low point. But as you see, I've put all that behind me. Left the Volcano Manor, forging my own path now, making my own choices. Even a fool like me can look after some simple jars. Do you pity me? Well, don't. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm on the straight and narrow.
When Dialos Hoslow finally set aside the expectations of others, he started to listen to himself.
Oh, hello again, cuz. Have you heard? A new potentate's come to the village. I think he said his name was Dialos. He seems a little down in the dumps, but his hands, as smooth as silk. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed, actually. Even though good Sir Dialos has a wonderful suit of armor, he says he isn't a warrior. And since he's a coward, he won't be fighting anymore. His smooth and silky hands feel nice when he pats us. But I wish we had a potentate big and strong like you.
Which brings us to the perfumers, who have had reason to follow you here.
Uh-oh.
The perfumers were once respected healers, who traveled the land in search of flower fields and aromatics so that they might better treat the less fortunate. But after they were drafted onto the battlefields of the Shattering, they were forced to trade their pleasant aromatics for consumable tools of war. So, in Jarburg, they don't see the rare flowers or the peaceful jars. They see a village of crafting materials, ruled by a coward.
Wait, you're a poacher, aren't you? I'll turn my back on duty no more. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. In blood!
Oh no! Oh. Yeah, shields are a serious weapon. You get bashed in the head by a great shield, someone who can actually wield it, you're like, you'll never be the same ever again. Oh no! Oh! Yeah, I mean...
For years,
Yeah.
Dialos had yearned to tell the tale of House Hoslow in blood. All it took was something worth fighting for.
Jars?
Meanwhile, you and Alexander make your way to the mountaintops of the Giants,
Yeah.
continuing upon the path of champions.
Yeah, that's about how that went. Look at that jar weapon, though. Oh my god. What the hell? Where do you get that? Ah! Man, it's giving me flashbacks. Whoa. I did love this boss though. He was very cool. I'll give him that. Oh! Scarlet what? Blooming under the giant. Holy shit. I didn't know you could do that.
Ah, I see you finally made it here yourself. The city hanging in the air is slowly crumbling. What an incredible place we find ourselves. But that aside, you're certainly a force to be reckoned with, eh? Which means I've but one thing to ask of you. I've been longing to fight a warrior as accomplished as you. You are ready then, I take it? Then let us begin. I am the great Jar Warrior. Iron Fist Alexander. Lend me strength, O warriors within. Let us become one champion together.
Yeah, Alexander's pretty tough. I'm pretty impressed. Oh, that's beautiful.
As I suspected, victory was impossible. My thanks. It was a marvelous battle. I implore you, take what I bequeath from inside me. All vessels are destined to one day break. But the great Alexander lived as a warrior to his last.
Unlike Dialos, Alexander was brave and threw himself into danger at every turn. But in the end, his armor was not enough for the warrior within.
Oh, Cuz, I'm glad you came. But we're fine now. Dialos fought the poacher, though quite a lot of us got broken. I won't cry, though. I'm a warrior, Jar. A warrior. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. That's the kind of warrior I want to be one day, Cuz. Even if I'm scared, I'll still fight to protect everyone.
You. Are the jars? Are they all right? Did I defend them? Then all is well. This fool proved his worth in the end.
And so it is that the coward is capable of the highest heroism.
Oh.
Wow. Cuz, are these insights from Uncle Alexander? Thank you, Cuz. I'm a warrior, Jar, so I need to be strong. I can really have them, right? I understand. I'll get strong. Strong enough. I deserve to have Uncle's insights. I don't think I'll see you again. When I set out, warriors are supposed to work alone. Goodbye, Cuz. And thanks for everything. I'll never forget you. Cuz.
Goodness.
The jars contain dregs inherited from those who came before. Thus our warriors passed from jar to jar, carrying dreams of greatness.
Well, that's sad. The jars
This
are very
video
cool,
wouldn't
though.
have been possible without the help of Miss Pap 1, a new creator on the scene who has a lot of cinematic talent Go and
Yeah,
check out his
jeez.
channel for more cinematic footage like this. He also plans to make little epilogues for these Prepare to Cry episodes that we do together, which I'm very excited to see. But working together, you know, both of us could create something that was better than either of us working alone. And that's what I've learned from working with other people in the last few years. We are more than the sum of our parts, and I think that's a good metaphor for this video, especially. On that note, I want to start building a bigger team so that I can make better videos faster as well. This was something I meant to do before Elden Ring launched, but I just didn't have the time. So if you're deeply knowledgeable about any aspect of From Software's games and you would like to have a paid role like this, then send an email to thenextpotentate@gmail.com. Specifically, I'm looking for writers, mostly, at this stage, so if you have any examples of your written work that you've done in the past, that would really help to put you at the top of the list. But if you have any other skills or knowledge, like in editing, animation, or anything really, then that could be welcome as well. Just a heads up, I might not be able to respond to everyone, but thank you if you do submit something. If I can put out better videos faster and make a real effort to still retain what makes them unique to me, and also help other people make a living from these games, then I think that would be really cool. I've definitely been feeling the pressure with the release of Elden Ring, to put it mildly, but there's just so much that I want to make for you guys, but I feel like I never have the time. But regardless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, that was so good. That was so well done. I never really knew much about Alexander or any of the living jars, so that was nice to watch. Yeah, you were saying they didn't really add a lot of this until after a month of the game being out, and I had already kind of flittered past all of that. It's like I played like day one for Elden Ring. I was so excited for it. I'm so stoked to get back into the game at some point. There's just too many other games coming out this year, you know? Yeah, well. Yeah, well, that's the thing. This game doesn't... It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't say like, oh, there's not even like a quest page or anything, you know? It's just sort of like you hear something and then you gotta figure out what that means and where to go and what to do, you know? It's very realistic, you know? Like when I'm running around out in the world, I don't have a little mini map in the top corner. If there's anything I have to do and I'm not going to remember it, I have to write it in my notes. Physically. So that's always interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a really well made video. I thought that the Volcano Manor was an interesting place. Although I feel like if I was to play again, I probably wouldn't kill the other Tarnished. I know there's a way to get to Rykard without doing those quests, as far as I can recall. Unless that's been like fixed. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a legit way to get to Rykard to kill him, but I don't particularly want to kill the Tarnished. Yeah, I just have to explore so much more. Yeah, that's crazy. I like to roleplay it and have helped Alexander get unstuck the first round. I didn't feel like he deserved my help second time around. Yeah, I don't know. I did really like the little jar village, though. It was so, like, pleasant. It felt, like, out of place. It felt really out of place in the game. But it was a nice place to visit. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just have to play again and find out. One day. Maybe like late this year. Yeah, I don't know if I want to return to Elden Ring before I play Bloodborne, though. And Dark Souls 1 and 2. Like, New Game Plus. Like, I'll probably beat Elden Ring before I get into Bloodborne and whatnot, but like any sort of New Game Plus I would probably do after I beat Bloodborne and Dark Souls 1 and maybe Dark Souls 2. And I still want to play Sekiro, and you know, I want to at least try. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I did, Bridges. I just decided to like just play it and run around.